Welcome to my channel or welcome back. Today's video is all about getting ready with me with new makeup, fresh, all new makeup, or at least makeup that's new to me. But some of these are quite recent releases, and I have all the makeup in this little bag right here. So I'm very excited. We have stuff from RMS, Hermes, Makeup Forever, Hourglass, Colourpop. I would be so grateful if you'd consider subscribing to my channel. And I also have an Instagram page called Too Much Blush. I post very often on that page, short get ready with me's, mini speed reviews. So I have a lot of content on that page, and I can guarantee you'd have a lot of fun, because if you love makeup as much as I do, you're going to enjoy the Instagram page so much. So make sure you check that out, and let's just start getting ready, shall we? Okay. The concealer I'm using is the Kosas Revealer concealer. It's not new to me. I've been using it for around 2 years now, but this is a new tube. I tend to run out of these very quickly. This is my favorite concealer. It's always very exciting to have a fresh new one. I'm very picky about concealers because this is the only base product I use, so it has to be pretty close to perfect. I always like to use a damp beauty sponge, because if it's dry, then I end up having one of those cakey under eye moments. And good makeup should just work very quickly, blend very quickly, and yeah, that's exactly what this does. While the Kosas concealer is perfectly fine on its own, it does a good job of covering my dark circles and making my skin look quite nice. I always go in with another concealer, and this is the Dior Skin Forever Corrector in the shade 1W. And the reason I do this is because this is a very light shade, so I can't use this on its own, and it's very high coverage as compared to the Kosas concealer. But if I use a very small amount right in the inner corner, it gives me this extra shot of brightness and coverage that manages to enhance the Kosas concealer. These two pair very well together. So if you're struggling with your concealer and are looking for something new, I would definitely suggest trying out this combination. My friends and my Instagram community, they're very sweet. They keep asking me, what's my skincare routine? How does my skin look so good? It's not good. Trust me, I have a lot of texture, some spots going on, some sun damage. But it's all lighting. I love using natural light whenever I can. Actually, it's the only form of light I use. So right now I'm experiencing a lot of sunny days. So I'm very lucky, because the sun makes a huge difference in terms of how my skin ends up looking on camera. So we're finally on to a product that I picked up very recently, and this is the RMS Eyelights in the shade Strobe. It comes in a nice little tube packaging. The color of the packaging reflects the shade. So I have this in the shade Strobe, and it's a cream eyeshadow. I've had so much fun using this lately. It's been working out like a dream. I'll start with the negatives though. There is one negative to this, and that's the packaging. I despise the packaging because it ends up getting so messy, and when I need product to come out, it doesn't. But there's an overload of cream shadow right here, and it's such a waste because that product ends up getting wasted. And you know what? This is perhaps that one eyeshadow formula that I think I'll get through very quickly. I mean, who says that, right? Cream eyeshadows are that one eyeshadow category that I can never get through. I've never in my life been able to finish an eyeshadow, but I have a feeling this one might be it. No promises, but I have been using it almost daily at this point. It's a perfect neutral, slightly cool toned everyday shade, and this formula is very unique in the cream liquid one and done eyeshadow category. It sets very quickly, so you have to be very quick with your application. When you're using this product, it tends to dry down almost instantly. And I don't know if you can see on camera, but it doesn't have any individual glitter particles. So it's so well formulated that I never have any chunky glitter on my eyes, but it looks sophisticated and very elegant. I haven't tried out other highlights, so I'm not sure if the formula is consistent across different shades, but this one has my stamp of approval. It's gorgeous. It is, if you love cream eyeshadows, I highly recommend that you try this one out. It's definitely because of eyeshadows like these that I have found myself veering away from traditional eyeshadow palettes, even though I love them. Don't get me wrong, I love a good eyeshadow palette with a cohesive color story, but it's just so convenient, right? Using one of these little eyeshadow tubes, and this shade in particular, they're very long lasting as well. It's a cream shadow, so it will crease eventually. I'm building this up even more. I don't need to use an eyeshadow brush with this formula, just my hands, and we're done. Another product that I've been having so much fun with is the Essence Lash Princess Mascara, the False Lash Effect Mascara. This isn't the waterproof version, but I generally tend to like non-waterproof formulas. I ended up getting this mascara because of how popular it is on the internet, and I'm very, very, very finicky about mascaras as well. It's just another product category that I truly enjoy, and I've stuck with one formula for a long time, but I was looking for something to change my routine and find a different mascara, and I haven't had a lot of fun or luck with mascaras in the past. I've used many across different brands, but I haven't had much luck with them. But this one is definitely different. It's been a lot of fun to use. It's definitely not long lasting or budge proof, but I don't like to think of makeup like that. I'm not going to wear makeup for 24 hours or anything like that, or any of the ridiculous claims that are made with some mascaras. I just want this on for some time, and it does exactly what I want a mascara to do. It gives me length, some volume, and it separates. It doesn't make my lashes look clumpy. It's quite dark and jet black. And the fact that it comes from the drugstore and works so nicely is also another plus for me. It is prone to flaking, so it's not the best mascara I've ever used in my life. It's definitely on its way to becoming a favorite. So we're done with the eyes, and it's back to finding another face product in this pile of new makeup. And I've chosen the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer. This is the first Makeup by Mario product I added to my collection. Very difficult to find Makeup by Mario products anywhere because they're always out of stock. So this is the shade Light Medium, and this is what the packaging looks like and the insides. So it's this nice little white component. I'm using a Real Techniques 200 brush. This one's perfect for applying bronzers or foundation or any base product. And yeah, I just start applying it all over my face. I've heard that you're supposed to use it as a skin warmer, and that makes sense. It does warm up the skin very nicely. So I'm not very precise with where I'm putting it or my application, as long as it's just blending out nicely, and it does. It blends out very easily. It's very balmy without being sticky. I've only used it a couple of times, and so far it's been really, really nice. I'm so excited about this next product. It's the Hermes Rose Hermes Silky Blush Powder, and it comes in 2 boxes, and I finally got it. I have never really been interested in getting a blush from Hermes, to be very honest, because I don't know, I just thought that the price point was ridiculous for a blush, and I have so many in my collection. But you know, I've always enjoyed the blush category the most in makeup, and one day I decided, you know what, let's give it a try. So it comes in this traditional, you know, Hermes style of packaging. This is what the blush component looks like. It's really nice to look at, don't get me wrong. It has this nice little insignia or their symbol on the packaging, and it's gold on the back. I've heard several people suggest that it should be slightly weightier and slightly heavier to feel more luxurious, and I do see the point, but when I'm actually using the product, it's fine. I yeah, it does feel slightly plasticky, but uh, it's one of the prettiest, I think, makeup packaging I own. I got the shade Rose Cuivre. I think that means copper rose, coppery pink in French, if I'm not wrong. It definitely looks like a coppery pink, and it's one of those shades that would be perfect for summer. I'd wear this all year round, but it's definitely giving me a very bronzed by the beach look. I'm using the medium angled brush from Mecca. I'm always quite scared to use glowy blushes or any blush formula that has shimmer running throughout it because of my textured dry skin. And this is a very elegant formula. It never picks up on any textural elements on my face, and it sits very nicely with everything else that I have on. You know, as you would expect from a blush that comes with this price tag, and it gives me a very nice lovely bronze. I ended up going with Rose Cuivre because it was quite deep and more versatile than the other shades that were coming across a little too pastel-y for my personal taste. I always like to apply blush all over my face because that gives it the most natural skin-like look. I've used it a couple of times and I've really enjoyed using this blush, don't get me wrong. But again, I wouldn't really recommend that you go out and buy it immediately. It's definitely not a necessity in anyone's collection. I'm sure we all have some shades that look very similar, or at least in the same shade family as this one. So while this is a lot of fun to use and it's really nice to look at, it's definitely not going to be a personal recommendation from my side. But that being said, I do really like the formula. For highlighter, I've been enjoying using this one from Colourpop. It's their Super Shock Gosh, I can never say this out loud. The Super Shock highlighter in the shade Flexitarian. And I really enjoyed using the Super Shock formula in their eyeshadows. So I was very curious to get the highlighter. It's very nice and pearly. Oh, look at that. Wow. So it's in that list of wet skin looking products, and again doesn't emphasize texture as much as a lot of other highlighters tend to do. My skin is quite glowy as it is because of the blush and the bronzer, but some more glow shouldn't hurt. And I'm applying a fair amount for the sake of the video, because sometimes natural light can wash out makeup products, but it is very glowy in person. They've recently launched in India, but they have a very limited range of products as of now. So I'm hoping that they expand soon so that I can get my hands on some other things. I have this Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in the shade Anywhere Caffeine. It's a very unique shade. It's definitely in the nude neutral category for me, but it's very sophisticated, very elegant, and I'm going to pair it with another formula that's new to me, and the combination ends up looking very nice. It's not warm enough to make me look yellow and sick. So I'm lining my entire lip and filling it in with Anywhere Caffeine. It's like a nice stony brown. This is another formula that's very new to me, and this is the Hourglass Phantom Lip. I think, yeah, that's what it's called, the Phantom Lip in the shade Rise. This was love at first use. The second I used it, I knew I loved this product. It's very difficult to find something that you love instantly, like you haven't even seen the way it looks on you properly, but I ended up falling in love with this formula. It deserves all the hype it gets and more, and I'll show you why. So it's one of those click ups, and you have to be careful. So there's no going back once you've twisted it up. I can't detect any fragrance or any scent. The Hourglass lipstick is almost like putting glass on my lips. It's such a beautiful formula. It doesn't stick, it doesn't make me feel gloopy, and it's just so shiny and reflective. It's like putting water on my lips. Very hydrating, very comfortable. It's one of those rare formulas that manage to cover the lines of my lips rather than enhancing them. This formula is what I wanted the tart maracuja juicy lip to be. But again, fantastic formula. I would recommend this 100%, and I have a feeling I will be getting through this very quickly. So there you have it. That was a full face of new makeup, or at least makeup that's new to me. Needless to say, I love every single product that I used. All of them are definitely hits in my opinion. And I try to describe makeup on my channel and on my Instagram page with as much detail as possible, because here's the thing, there's no right or wrong makeup product. It's just a matter of opinion. I've seen people using and loving products that I personally don't get along with, and vice versa. I'm so glad that you decided to click on this video today and watch it, and that it was helpful in terms of what products look like, what's new on the market, because there's just so much stuff coming out left, right, and center. And I like long form content. I love watching good old makeup get ready with me's and reviews on YouTube. I'm going to try my best to make more such videos, and it would be very nice if you'd consider joining the community here and subscribing to my channel. And I hope to see you very soon in another video.